Hello and welcome to another video where we are in Cotterell this time, based on the fair city of Bath, and we are in an Enviro 200 MMC developed by V3D. And it's a relatively new bus, and I have to say I am really enjoying driving it. It is a pleasure to drive. So we're making a left here into Manuf Street opposite the station, trying not to hit the red vehicle in front and trying not to hit the curb at the same time. Okay, we're going to be trying to take this Enviro 200 up Bathwick Hill.
The next stop is the Pavilion.
Thank you. And just watching this crossing here, so we've got some people crossing on, well, we've got a green light, that's not good. The lady is staying put. Excellent. Yeah, so we're going to be taking this Enviro 200 up Bathwick Hill, which is a good test of any bus. And halfway up the hill I will be stopping the bus, and we'll have a little chat about a company we're starting in OMSI called Moonlighters. Technically within Bus Company Simulator rather than OMSI. Bus Company Simulator runs in parallel with OMSI and gives you the concept of companies, drivers, real-time position of other drivers that you can see on a real-time map, although you can't actually see them on the road itself. Okay, we've got some more punters coming along.
Hello.
Let's see if we can
Hi.
help them.
Can I have a day pass, please?
Okie dokie. Day pass, that would be a day rider, I hope. And 250 change.
Thank you.
That all went very smoothly for once. I have to say Bath is looking very nice this time of year. I always think OMSI does autumn quite well. So we're making a left at these lights. Even a tad to the right there.
The next stop is St Mary's Church.
So the concept of Moonlighters was to create a group of people who are into the driving of various driving sims to do with buses and trucks, rather than, shall we say, all the bells and whistles that sometimes other people are more interested in, which is absolutely fine. And so we started Moonlighters actually in ETS2, in European Truck Simulator, and have now tried to extend the concept into OMSI world, which actually the developers of Moonlighters are much more familiar with. But more on that later. You can usually get your foot down on this section. That engine does really sound nice, and having been a passenger on many a Enviro 200, does sound, I think, quite realistic. So happy with that. Left mirror and across to the right. Make sure that car stays there. Thank you. Changing the indicator if I had time. Putting it on now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just a single, please, mate.
Just a single. Okay, if I can find it. And I think you want 30 change. Okay, may have done that slightly wrong, never mind. All's well that ends well. bit of gas before we release the parking brake, because we're on a steep hill there, and make sure we don't clip the red car. The road narrows in front according to the warning sign. The Pelican crossing there, and I noticed the Enviro 400 is stationary, so I think we're anticipating that this gentleman's going to cross. Uncanny that Enviro 400 managed to predict that.
The next stop is Sydney Buildings.
Nobody for that stop. And now we get cracking on Bathwick Hill itself. And of course the Enviro 200 MMC is going to make light work of that.
The next stop is Smallcombe Pinery.
That was helpful. Are we going to pull in here whether there's passengers or not, although I can see at least 2 at the stop there. Quite a tricky stop to get right, that one. It's, you haven't got much to aim for, as it were.
Hello.
Single, please.
Single. Everybody wants a ticket today. This is actually quite unusual. They must know that I'm making a video. Let's see.
Thank you.
Okay. And we'll just pause the video there, the recording there. We will come back to our Enviro 200 in a moment, but just run through a few things on Moonlighters. That's our kind of logo, as it were. We did start, as I say, with the trucks about a month ago, myself and a colleague called Jim, and we went into the TruckersMP, the multiplayer, and tried to develop the concept of routes and hubs, and to some extent even schedules. And we drive, there'll be a manager driving every Tuesday evening. If you'd like to just join us, that would be wonderful. We drive from Newcastle, we drive from London, we drive from Luxembourg, and the links below will give our schedule. That's Tuesday evening. And then we ventured into OMSI Moonlighters, into OMSI World and Bus Company Simulator, which we're actually much more familiar with. I've known OMSI since OMSI 1, and driven with another company called Aerobus for several years now, and have got many good friends and colleagues from that company, particularly Eamon, Gary and Andreas, and many others too numerous to mention. And I quite like that particular D88, I think it is, in that livery. It's kind of almost matches our company livery, as it were. And if you see us on the road, this is what we'll look like. There's an icon on the real-time map, which I think I've got a larger version of there indeed. So we've just started the company, not been running for very long. And our main interest, of course, is drinking coffee to stay awake, so that we can actually do some driving. But very quickly, here's our depot, which we've organised into basically sort of 50% European buses that you see up this end. So we've got double-deckers, old and new, and single-deckers, again old and new, from the old original NL 202 from the original game right through to the Hamburg hybrids. And then at the bottom end we've got the UK buses, again mixture of old and new, from the ALX 400s, 3400, the Master Deckers of course, and the Master Lights, which have just recently come out, an old Volvo B7L which I absolutely love to bits, very drivable, and the Enviro 200 that of course we are on now. So again, if you're interested in joining us driving in the OMSI world, have a look at the links below. Meanwhile, I should just get back to the driving and take you up the rest of Bathwick Hill as promised. So a little bit of gas, releasing the handbrake and signal. Don't want the bus to roll back in that situation. Happy with that. Left mirror. And right mirror. And left mirror. While not hitting the oncoming traffic. Going to ease back right here now because they have priority. And we missed the van by some miracle. This is probably the trickiest part of Bathwick Hill as it gets quite narrow and quite steep.
The next stop is Wickham Lane.
Hello sir. Thank goodness somebody doesn't want a ticket. On this bus you do have to get used to the this lady wants the bus, I know she does. You have to get used to the mirrors, and I'll talk about those in a moment. Colleague coming down. Hello.
Hello.
So a lot of gas here. Watch that car's not coming across the lights. It's not, so I can use the full width of the road. Inside, near side mirror, and
The next stop is
stopping at the
Bathwick Hill
lights.
I.
Yeah, you have to get used to this offside mirror. You have to turn to use it, which I don't particularly like. I do like to see it in the forward view, but you get used to it. I mean, you have to turn to see your inside mirror, obviously. So, and it's true of some of the European buses as well, that they're not necessarily the offside mirror is not necessarily available in the forward view. So anybody for this stop?
The next stop is Bathwick Hill number 33.
Just love that bell. So I suppose I better slow down for the speed limit of 20 miles an hour.
The next stop is Oakley.
Another narrow bit here. So this is why I'd like to see the offside mirror, because I want to see where the bus is in relation to the centre line. And I'll finish the video at the next stop. We won't go right up to the university, as that really is Bathwick Hill.
The next stop is Cleverton Down Road.
Well, if you have been, thank you for listening and watching, and hopefully we may see you one day driving with us in one of our Moonlighters organisations. And why do we call it Moonlighters? I should actually say it's because we moonlight between the two companies, and moonlighting is having two jobs. Okay, thank you for listening.